So this was easily one of the hardest workouts of my life. Deadlifts in comparison are child's play. So I decided to set up my first home gym, just the basic stuff. Nothing too extensive. Just a setup for a bunch of bumper plates and an open trap bar. Initially, my plan was to get the closed one. The closed one was out of stock, so I had to go for the open one. Even though I'm used to doing closed trap bar deadlifts, because of the symmetry, it's far more balanced in both the axes. It's a little bit tricky doing deadlifts with the open one. I had my first session, which I'll upload soon. But yeah, it's a little bit tricky. So as you can see, there isn't a lot of room for even squat racks, and much less cable row machines and all the rest. Even though I might buy something like a hyperextension machine to complement the trap bar deadlift. I'm a huge fan of RDLs, but I decided to try out the hyperextension deadlift, if you want to call it that. It's basically loading up the barbell with around 50% of your normal RDL weight and doing 5 to 8 reps or even higher. But the point is that it allows you to load your posterior chain with far less weight, which is quite unique in the sense that it gives your overall CNS the break it needs to recover from heavier workouts while still being able to get the volume in. I also got myself a pair of deadlift crash pads and a deadlift platform so that I don't destroy the tiles in my apartment. These are 6-inch pads designed to sort of make sure that the weight doesn't damage your flooring because of the thick cushioning that softens the blow, I guess. So I got myself a total of 200 kilograms of bumper plates. These plates are from a very popular company. These are quite thin in comparison to your standard bumper plates, which means that I'll be able to load more plates per sleeve. The basic set had 150 kilograms, and I got myself another pair of 25s, which brings it up to 200 kilograms, or approximately 440 pounds. I can already pull like 160, 170 for the past few years, ever since I got injured. So something that to look forward to. I don't want to run out of weights in the middle of a workout, which is quite frustrating. But yeah, I don't plan on breaking any records soon, so that's gonna be enough for the time being. I've ordered a bunch of fractional plates as well, because the tiniest denomination of weight plates is 10 kilograms, and so I need the 5s and 2.5s. And oh yeah, I got myself another important thing, that the chains, which is something that I've only seen online, because the gyms here don't really have them, because it's a specialized tool for powerlifters. So I guess there are a couple of powerlifting gyms, but there's but they are quite far away from where I live. But yeah, I've worked out using bands for dynamic effort days, and it works quite well because if you're doing workouts that require a longer range of motion, you tend to lose a lot of momentum towards the end of a repetition, if that makes sense. So it can really break plateaus, or just you don't have to be an elite lifter to incorporate dynamic effort implements such as bands and chains, because they can help you recover especially if you've got injury. Like I said, I kind of slipped one of my lumbar discs, L4, L5, 2.5 years ago. So yeah, no, I guess 1.5 years ago. So that one was not the most pleasant experience, hearing a popping sound, which up until that point I only heard and read about. But so yeah, anyways, my main point that it does wonders for hypertrophy, strength, pretty much everything. I don't intend on completely quitting the gym. As you can see, there's very enormous holes in my training if I were to just stick to deadlifts and stuff, and just basic dumbbell stuff. These days gyms are a little too crowded, no thanks to the Great World Event that basically popularized fitness, especially here in India. And so there was this insurgence of lots of different people. If you're into doing compound movements, you know how much focus it takes to execute each and every repetition, especially when it gets heavier. And heavy is relative, so you don't have to pull 5 or 6 plates to demand focus. And I've learned the hard way that you can totally get injured at 50 or 60% of your max, which is kind of embarrassing, humbling, and all emotions surrounding that. It's just strange when the weight flew off one day and only like a week later you felt a pop. So it's like you don't want to rush into things, you want to take your time. And yeah, so this was just me blabbering and sharing my experience of setting up the first home gym, if you want to call it. If you watched till the end, thank you for sticking around. See you soon.